Welcome to my channel. Try to hear the latest story.
She told me, "I'm not a housekeeper. Tidy it up on your own," after declining to assist with chores. I replied, "You're correct." What she returned to the following week caused her to wish she hadn't said it. Original entry: I, a 28-year-old man, had been sharing my place with my girlfriend Aubrey, 26, for roughly 8 months. We'd been together for 2 years in total. She relocated to my 2-bedroom unit, and initially, everything was fine. We divided the rent equally, although the agreement remained solely under my name, and I assumed we'd share domestic tasks as well. Man, was I mistaken. For the first couple of weeks, she pitched in, washed plates, swept the floor now and then, but it gradually ceased. By the 3rd month, I handled it all. Preparing meals, scrubbing, washing clothes, buying groceries. Employed full-time as a programmer, while she had a part-time job at a shop, around 25 hours weekly. Attempted discussing it with her several times. Me: "Hey love, can you take care of the plates this evening? I'm buried in this assignment due date. Browsing Instagram, I'm exhausted from my shift. Can't you handle them?" This turned into the routine. Constantly fatigued, overwhelmed, occupied viewing shows. At the same time, I'm logging 50-hour weeks, yet arriving to a pile of dirty dishes she made during her tiring 6-hour day. The tipping point occurred 2 weeks back. Saturday dawn, I'd stayed late Friday, returned to chaos. Takeout containers, beer cans, cosmetics scattered in the restroom. Evidently she'd hosted pals. Aubrey? This is absurd. I tidied up Thursday evening. How did it get this messy so fast? Still lounging at midday. Geez, why are you overreacting? Because I'm fed up being the sole cleaner. We share this space. Propping herself up, irritated now. I'm not a servant, Jason. Sort it out if it annoys you that much. I didn't join you to be your cleaner. I'm not requesting you to act as a servant. I'm asking you to behave like a grown-up who picks up after herself. Fine. I contribute rent. That's my part. Tidying is your preference, not mine. She truly resumed napping. Abandoned me there amid her clutter. That's when it dawned on me. She was spot on. She wasn't a servant. Nor was I, me, you know? You're totally correct. She grinned into her cushion, believing she'd triumphed. Began organizing that day. Phoned my pal Derek, who'd been seeking a spot. Described the issue. Man, that's rough. Yes, I'm keen. When could this occur? Next weekend, suit? Ideal. My rental wraps up in 2 weeks regardless. You see, Aubrey wasn't listed on my rental. She was essentially a temporary visitor. And my unit? It's 2 bedrooms. She'd claimed the extra one as her wardrobe study, where she never did anything productive. But by law, I could lease that space to anyone. Devoted the next week acting as the ideal partner. Polished everything immaculate. Avoided mentioning tasks at all. She figured she'd achieved total success. Even boasted to her buddies via video about how she'd conditioned me properly. All the while I was gearing up. Acquired cartons. Snapped pictures of each item in the extra space that belonged to me. Table, shelves, and so on. In short, I had proof. Thursday, she noted, heading to see her sibling for the weekend. Aubrey, I'll return Sunday evening. Try not to clutter the place while I'm away. Me, enjoy, love. Friday evening, right after she departed, the plan kicked off. Derek arrived with his vehicle. First, shifted all my belongings from the extra space. Then, cautiously, boxed all of Aubrey's items from there. Marked each one, stacked them orderly in the main area. Outfits, cosmetics, her lighting set up for photos, all of it. Derek transferred his possessions in: mattress, cabinet, computer station. By Saturday midday, the extra space was entirely his. Even added a secure lock on the entrance, completely permissible for shared living. Sunday night, she arrives back. I'm in the cooking area preparing supper. Hi, love. What on earth? She's gazing at the cartons in the main room. Oh, hi. How was your siblings? Why is my stuff out here? Why is my space secured? Your space. Oh, that's Derek's now. He settled in yesterday. What? Well, you clarified you're not a servant and tidying is my domain. So I found a housemate who'll truly aid with home tasks. He's already washed his plates and scrubbed the restroom. Incredible what responsible people can do. Her expression cycled through about 17 feelings. Disbelief, fury, bewilderment, outrage. You can't simply install someone. I reside here. You do, and you can continue. The sofa converts. Your payment remains unchanged, naturally. I'm not bedding down on the sofa in my own residence. Me. It's my unit, in fact. You're a visitor who pays, and now you share with a housemate. Derek's really relaxed. He even suggested dividing tidying responsibilities with me. Half and half. Wild idea, huh? Update 1, 3 days on. The arrogance emerged completely, folks. First, she attempted to make me feel bad, wept about how I deceived her and broke her faith. Claimed I ought to have consulted her beforehand, me. I attempted dialogue. You stated you're not a servant. I took it to heart. Then she tried forcing entry to Derek's space during his job hours. Recorded on our fresh door camera. Yes, I set one up, actually attempting to jimmy the lock with a hairpin. Forwarded the clip to our property owner and Derek, purely for records. When that flopped, she exploded online. Shared this entire pity tale about her controlling partner who brought in an unknown person to intimidate her. Omitted the detail where she avoided any effort for 8 months. Her pals began messaging me nonstop. Ignore, ignore, ignore. But the highlight? She still avoided tidying. Somehow believed if she persisted, I'd yield and remove Derek. No way. Derek and I created a task schedule, kitchen shifts rotating daily. He thoroughly sanitized the restroom Tuesday. It was like cohabiting with a real grown-up. Aubrey was creating indirect hostile clutters all over. Dripped tea on the surface. Ignored it. Scattered cosmetics on the washroom floor. Remained. Empty snack wrappers. Discarded wherever she ate. Derek, total hero, would sanitize around her messes. Like precisely clean all but her items. So there'd be a flawless surface with one dried tea mark. An impeccable washroom with her powder in one spot. It was artistic. Thursday evening, she attempted a dominance play. I'm withholding rent without my private space. Fine. Then you'll have to depart by the 30th. That's the required notice. You're genuinely picking a housemate over your partner? I'm selecting a contributor over someone who feels superior to rinsing a plate. She marched to the main room. Banged about creating racket until 2 a.m. Derek emerged once. Hey, mind lowering it? I have a job tomorrow. She swore at him. He merely shrugged and returned to rest. Friday dawn spotted some of my food storage boxes gone from the cooler. Discovered them in her cartons, still containing my meals. She was actually taking my food instead of preparing or purchasing her own. Me, displaying boxes. For real? What? You prepare for Derek too now? Me, Derek makes his own meals, like a responsible person, and cleans up afterward. That's when she committed the final error. Saturday midday, while Derek and I were playing games, she invited 3 friends over. No permission, just appeared with them. They occupied the main room as if it was theirs. Friend 1, so this is the jail Jason's holding you in? Friend 2, unbelievable he's forcing you to the sofa. They were noisy, untidy, and outright rude. Insulted Derek when he passed for water. One of them, oops, tipped his mug. Derek glanced at me. I glanced at him. We both realized it was necessary. Me. Aubrey, your visitors must go. Immediately. Pardon? I pay here. I can host friends. We reviewed your arrangement. Overnight stays need consent, and daytime ones can't bother others. Friend 3, arrangement. You're requiring your partner to sign documents now. She's a resident. She gets handled as such. Leave, now. They departed, but not without more clutter. Food boxes, drink containers. Someone applied makeup and scattered items. The washroom resembled a beauty shop blast. Aubrey. Satisfied? You humiliated me before my friends. You humiliated yourself by behaving like a bratty teen. Tidy your clutter. Or else. Or I initiate official removal proceedings Monday dawn. She chuckled, truly chuckled. You won't remove me. You adore me. Derek from his space. Man, I'll assist you locate a superior partner. This one's faulty. Update 2, a week on. She truly believed I was pretending about removal. Monday dawn, delivered her a 30-day exit notice. Appropriate legal papers adhered to state rules precisely. Had the attorney buddy prepare it to ensure solidity. Aubrey examined the documents. You're not for real. Me, completely for real. You have 30 days. That's when she freaked. See, Aubrey had been portraying to all that she was almost wedded, and we were essentially hitched. Her entire online image was based on our ideal bond. Losing that and having no destination, truth struck deeply. Aubrey, darling, please, let's converse. I'll improve. Me, you had 8 months to improve. You opted not. She genuinely tried tidying that day. Washed 2 plates, then abandoned them drying as if she'd summited a peak. Swept one section of the main room. Then shared about how draining maturity is. Derek saw everything. Dude, she swept one tiny area and quit. How did you endure this? But here's the positive turn. Wednesday, she fetched her mother. No heads up. I returned from work and there's this lady I've encountered twice on my sofa. Mom. Jason. We must address this matter, madam. Respectfully. Nothing to address. Aubrey is being removed for reason. She's your partner. You can't remove affection. Derek passing. You can remove arrogance, though. Who is this guy? Why is he in my child's home? It's my home. He's my housemate. He pays and washes plates. Groundbreaking idea here. Then her mom attempted the shame tactic. How Aubrey was sensitive and not brought up to be a servant. How I should appreciate having such an attractive partner who enhances my place. Me. She's free to enhance another's place. In 26 days, the mom exited annoyed. Aubrey was embarrassed. Began fake weeping again. But Thursday was when she unveiled her grand scheme. Returned to discover her items unpacked and distributed across the unit. Her garments in the main closet. Cosmetics dominating the washroom. She'd even hung her goal poster on the wall. I spoke to a legal expert. I possess resident privileges. I don't need to remain boxed. This is my residence for 23 more days, technically. She was accurate. She could utilize shared zones, but she'd committed a key mistake. Derek held identical privileges. And Derek, he's an early riser who enjoys heavy rock. Blasting heavy rock in the main room, where she rested. Friday, 6 a.m. Aubrey from the sofa. Shut it. Apologies. Just using my resident privileges for shared zones every dawn. She attempted the washroom during his routine. He'd be there already. Resident privileges, Aubrey. She'd attempt TV. Derek had to rehearse his instrument. In the main room, during her sleep attempt. See, Derek was great to me. Silent, neat, polite. But Aubrey? She received the complete rude housemate treatment. All lawful. All his entitlements. By day 5 of rock wake-ups, she was worn out. Dark circles. Disheveled locks, pleading me to halt him. Me. I can't dictate another resident's valid use of shared areas. Perhaps request politely, or depart sooner. I'd aid packing. She attempted paying Derek off. Gave 50 to miss one dawn. Derek, no, I require a routine for my progress, but appreciate it. Final update, day 22. She caved on day 20. The mix of rock dawns, instrument sessions nights, and Derek's fresh passion for food planning, which occupied the whole kitchen for hours, ultimately broke her. But not without a final outburst. Day 18. She lodged a grievance with the property owner, alleged I was bothering her and fostering a negative setting. Owner visited, observed the unit's cleanliness, first in months, encountered Derek, examined the records. Owner to me, quietly. Is this the woman always dumping garbage outside? That's her. Owner. Yep, I'm not extending her stay anyhow. Several residents grumbled. Aubrey's reaction when the owner informed her he backed the removal. Day 19. She attempted a lure. Approached me strongly. Donned the undergarments I'd gifted last holiday. Vowed she'd transform, improve, do whatever. Me, whatever? Yes, me. Depart. Derek from his space. Heartbreak. Day 20. She contacted her father. He arrived with a moving van. Dad to me. Sorry regarding my kid. Her mom and I, we indulged her. This could be the lesson she requires. He assisted packing. Lasted 6 hours as she paused to sob and browse her device. Evidently, her pals were less supportive than anticipated. Her shares about being without home got suggestions for housing search, not invites to stay. As she exited, hope you're pleased. You destroyed all. I'm thrilled. Derek already sanitized the washroom deeply. It's been pristine for 12 hours. Fresh milestone. You'll rue this. You'll never discover someone as fine as me. He already has. Me, I'm a superb housemate. She banged the entrance. That was 2 weeks prior. Derek and I are enjoying optimally. Unit is tidy. Tasks completed. We prepare dinners jointly at times. Guy creates an excellent wok dish. Already formalized a housemate contract for next year. Aubrey. From what I gathered via shared contacts, she's with her folks. Shared about new beginnings and escaping harmful scenarios. Also shared how tough maturity is when you must handle your own washing. Someone forwarded a capture of her on a romance site. Profile states she's seeking a true guy who pampers a lady like royalty and doesn't demand her to act as a servant. Best wishes, Aubrey. Best wishes? Edit. As some inquired, yes, Derek is unattached. No, he's uninterested in anyone unable to keep an equal task division. His expectations have risen greatly after seeing the Aubrey ordeal. He's also launched a video channel on shared living that oddly amassed 40K subscribers. Who thought accountable adult cohabiting was desired material?